The battlefield was silent, stretching across the red sands of planet Velrin 6. Above, the sky was gray, filled with the smoke of war. The Galactic Union's elite soldiers stood in formation, tall and confident. Their armor shined like polished glass, glowing with alien energy. Their weapons were sharp, fast, and deadly. Each movement they made was smooth, perfect, like they had trained for war since birth. Across from them, a group of human soldiers arrived. They walked slowly, calmly. Their armor looked strange, bulky, dark, and dull. It didn't shine. It didn't glow. It looked like something built in a garage, not a military lab. The aliens started laughing. One alien, a tall officer with blue skin and glowing red eyes, pointed at the humans. "Is that armor or a walking coffin?" he shouted. More laughter followed. Another alien said, "Did you pick this up from a junkyard?" The human commander, Major Alina Cole, stood at the front. She said nothing. Her face was calm, cold, unreadable. Her armor was the same dull color as her soldiers. No medals, no symbols, just a small flag on her shoulder. Earth's flag. An alien soldier stepped forward, still laughing. "You come to war dressed like that? You're not soldiers. You're targets." Still, the humans said nothing. They just stood there, still and quiet. A Galactic Union general walked to the center of the field, between the two forces. His voice echoed through a translator. "This is a test," he announced. "We were told Earth has created something, new, some kind of miracle armor. You have one chance to prove it. After this, the galaxy decides peace or destruction." The general turned and walked away. Major Cole gave one command: "Stand ready." The aliens prepared their weapons, their shoulder cannons powered up with a soft hum. Drones floated into the sky. Everyone expected the humans to show fear, but they didn't even flinch. The alien captain laughed again. "This will be quick." He raised his hand. "Fire." The air exploded with light. Plasma shots flew across the battlefield. Missiles followed. Explosions ripped through the ground. Fire, smoke, and heat swallowed the human line. But when the smoke cleared, they were still standing. Not one human had fallen. A younger alien officer shouted in disbelief, "How?" That was a direct hit. The alien scanners went wild. The energy readings were off the charts. One human soldier stepped forward. His armor glowed faintly now, absorbing heat. There was a deep scorch mark on his chest, but no crack. The alien captain stared. Impossible. Their steps were heavy, strong. The ground shook. Slightly beneath them, fall back. One alien screamed. Another tried firing again. But his plasma shots bounced off the human's chest like pebbles. Major Cole raised her voice, finally speaking. This armor was made for one thing: survival. Her voice was calm, like she wasn't even trying to scare them. That made it worse. One alien officer tried calling for air support, but the signal was blocked. "They're jamming us," he shouted. "Who's jamming?" Another asked, panicked. "They are," the officer whispered. "The humans." Suddenly, one of the alien drones exploded in midair. The humans hadn't even touched it. "They have EMP fields," someone shouted. "Tech level unknown." The alien captain looked around. His soldiers were starting to panic. Their best weapons were doing nothing. Their scanners were failing. Their drones were dropping. And the humans were now just a few meters away. "I thought Earth was a weak planet," he muttered. "You thought wrong," Major Cole replied. Now standing just 20 feet from him, one of the humans raised a small handheld weapon and fired once. The shot hit the alien captain in the shoulder knot, fatal but powerful. The impact threw him back 10 feet. His armor cracked. His breathing became uneven. He looked up from the dirt, gasping. "That's not possible." Major Cole walked past him without even looking down. Behind her, the alien soldiers began to retreat, but it was too late. Across the galaxy, news of the battle traveled fast. The Galactic Union's elite had attacked Earth's soldiers. The aliens had laughed. They had fired first, and they had failed at a secret council meeting. One alien leader slammed his fist on the table. "They didn't win because they were stronger," he said. "They won because they were ready." Another added, "That armor. It's not just protection, it's a warning." Back on Velrin 6, the battlefield was quiet again. Smoke still floated in the air. Human soldiers stood calmly, waiting for new orders. Major Cole looked up at the alien command ship in the sky. "Let them laugh," she said softly. "The next shot won't be a test." And with that, she turned and walked away, her armor dull, her step steady, and the message clear. Humanity doesn't build for style. We build to survive. The alien captain Varn Talek clutched his broken shoulder. He watched as the human troops moved forward, calmly like this was just another training exercise. His elite team, the Union's best warriors, were falling back in confusion. "Hold your ground!" he shouted into his cum. "They can't be invincible." But no one listened. Alien soldiers were running. Some dropped their weapons, others fired in panic random plasma shots that hit nothing in front of them. No battle cries, no shouts, just the thud of boots hitting the cracked ground inside the alien command bunker. General Silvik barked at his officers. "Bring up the armor scans again." The holographic table lit up with data energy levels, heat resistance, material composition. "What are we looking at?" the general growled. One of the scientists looked pale, his voice shook. "It's not possible. Their armor absorbs plasma. It redirects kinetic force. And it doesn't run on normal energy sources. It's using some kind of internal fusion cell, self-repairing at the molecular level, self-repairing. That's a myth." Silvik shouted, "Double quotes, no sir, it's real. We hit them with orbital-class weapons and..." They kept walking. Silvik turned to the screen. On it, a human soldier walked through a burning crater, untouched. "Who built this?" he asked quietly. "And why didn't we know?" Back on the field, a younger alien soldier, Narek, peeked from behind a crashed transport. His hands were shaking. He had never lost a fight, not once. But today, nothing made sense. He watched as a human soldier bigger than the others walked, directly into a squad of 6 alien fighters. The aliens fired everything they had: lasers, plasma, shock, grenades. The human walked through the blasts like they were dust. The grenades exploded around him, but he didn't stop. Then he raised his arm. A small port opened on his gauntlet. A flash of blue light followed. The 6 alien soldiers dropped instantly. No blood, just gone. Nari K gasped. "What? What kind of armor is this?" Behind him, an older alien officer whispered, "It's not armor, it's Earth's revenge." In Earth's mobile command center, deep underground, Major Elena Cole watched the field calmly. Beside her, a young engineer spoke. "The armor's performance is beyond expectations, ma'am." Cole didn't smile. Her voice was steady. "We didn't build it to impress." The engineer nodded. "But it's working. They can't stop us." Cole looked at the battle screen. "Won't forget this." A mile away, 2 alien tanks rolled in from the east. Huge machines, each the size of a small house. Their cannons charged with violet plasma, powerful enough to melt metal in seconds. Inside the lead tank, the gunner growled, "Let's see them walk through this." The tank fired. The shot hit a human soldier directly point blank. Smoke covered the area. The gunner laughed. "Now they're gone." But the laughter stopped. Out of the smoke came the same soldier. His armor glowed blue for a second, then faded back to black. He looked at the tank, raised one arm, and fired. A single shot, small, quiet, focused. The tank exploded. The second tank tried to turn, but the humans were already surrounding it. 30 seconds later, both tanks were piles of scrap. On the Galactic Union flagship, the High Council watched in silence. A recording played on the giant screen drone footage of the entire battlefield. Human soldiers walking through fire. Alien troops retreating. Weapons failing. One of the council members, a being with green scales and 6 arms, spoke up. "We should have listened." "Listen to what?" asked another dot. The answer came cold, to Earth's silence. Deep inside the alien base, Captain Varn Talek limped into the medical bay. His arm was crushed. His pride wore a stot. The medic looked up. "You should rest." Talek growled, "What I need is a way to break that armor." The medic handed him a data pad. "You should see this." Talek scanned the file's footage analysis. Intercepted transmissions. One document was marked, Project Iron Ghost. What is this? Human prototype armor, developed in underground labs after the first Martian riots. Built not just for war but for survival in all environments. Heat, radiation, vacuum, chemical attacks. Talek's eyes widened. It's a walking bunker. The medic nodded. Sir, the armor's design wasn't based on alien tech. It was made for fighting Usofter. We first attacked their outpost 10 years ago. Talik's hand clenched. They've been preparing. Narek and his squad hid inside the remains of a mining station. The younger aliens were silent, terrified. Their leader, Sergeant Drevik, tried to calm them. They bleed. I saw it. We just need to hit them harder. But our weapons don't work, Narek whispered. Drevik paused. He didn't have an answer. Then, footsteps, heavy, slow, the humans had found them. The door opened with a quiet hiss. A single human soldier stood there. Black armor, red visor, a simple weapon in hand. He said nothing. Drevik raised his gun. Don't move. The human DIDN, single quotes T.Dr. EVEK, fired nothing. The bullets sparked off the human's chest. No effect. The human stepped forward, slowly. Narek shouted, "Run!" But no one could move. The human looked around. Then he spoke. Just one sentence. You laughed. And then, darkness. Later that night, in Earth's command bunker, Major Cole sat alone. Reviewing reports, her second-in-command entered. "Victory, ma'am." Cole looked up. "No, not yet." He nodded. "But they know now." About the armor, Cole closed her eyes. That was the point. A new message began broadcasting across the galaxy. Sent on every frequency, every channel, it showed one image. A human soldier standing among burning tanks, surrounded by defeated aliens. A voice followed. "You mocked our defenses. You laughed at our design. But the first shot wasn't ours, and it wasn't the last. The armor you feared wasn't built to win. It was built to survive. Earth doesn't start wars, but we end them." In the Galactic Union's war chamber, silence ruled. A council of battle-hardened generals watched helplessly as human soldiers advanced across Velrin Zix. They were supposed to break. One whispered. Another said, "This isn't just armor. This is domination." Then, Earth made its next move. Not defense, offense. General Silvik of the Galactic Union stood before the war table. Eyes locked on the footage, looping again and again. Plasma tanks destroyed. Elite troops overrun, drones blinded, and human soldiers. Still walking, he slammed his fist on the table. They're not just holding ground, they're pushing forward. An advisor spoke nervously. They've established 3 across the northern ridges. We lost Sector G17. Entire squads vanished. How many? Over 9,000, sir. Silvik turned away, disgusted. 9,000 troops erased by Earth's experimental armor. No one responded. There was nothing left to say. On Velrin 6, the air was thick with ash and heat. Major Alina Cole stood at the center of the ruined alien fortress. Human flags now flew over towers once controlled by the Galactic Union. Her armor was still dusty, but intact behind her. Reinforcements arrived. Another wave of human soldiers in Iron Ghost armor. Captain Malik approached her. All landing zones are secure. Resistance is down to scattered units. They're disorganized. Ma'am, Cole nodded. Good. Begin Phase 2. Captain Malik raised an eyebrow. You're sure it's not defense anymore? No, she said. It's retribution. In the eastern sector, the most elite alien strike force, known as the Silver Fangs, prepared to intercept Earth's forces. Unlike the regular troops, these were enhanced warrior cybernetic implants, reflex mods, cloaking systems. Commander Vex, a cold and efficient killer, addressed his unit. The humans rely on armor. That's their weakness. Take it from them, and they fall. He turned to a technician. Bring the disruptors. The technician wheeled out a series of glowing cubes. These were experimental energy pulses designed to short out enemy tech. Deploy them at close range, Vex ordered. No armor will save them when it's dead. 2 hours later, in a canyon known as Firepass, the Silver Fangs ambushed a group of Earth soldiers. They struck fast as in cloaking, fields, and disruptor charges. Sparks flew, human visors flickered. It worked for a few seconds, then nothing. The human armor rebooted faster than expected. Shields were charged. Systems returned. A human soldier turned toward the attackers and said, "Nice try." He fired a compact shockwave round. It hit 3 aliens at once. Throwing them against the canyon walls, Commander Vex cursed and launched 2 more disruptors. Still no effect. Then the humans activated something. New adaptive feedback shields. These absorbed the disruptor energy and redirected it back. Vex screamed as his implants overloaded, his limbs locked, his vision blurred. The last thing he saw was a human stepping over him, silent, gun pointed down, and then blackness across the planet. Earth's assault began moving with precision and purpose. They didn't just fight, they dismantled. One alien communication hub after another was destroyed. No hacking needed, just brute force, carefully aimed. Human squads began calling out alien frequencies, baiting their enemies into ambushes. Alien drones were shot from the skies by human nanite, Cloudsteiny machines released from their suits. Ariel? Assaults were met by railgun turrets hidden inside what looked like simple backpacks. Every countermeasure the Galactic Union had was already outdated on board Earth's orbiting ship, Vigilant Dawn. Commander Ella Trent received the report. The armor's performance exceeds projections. We've captured 7 forward bases in less than a day. Ella nodded. Casualties minimal. No fatalities. Enemy losses. The officer hesitated. We've confirmed 21,000. Broadcast the message. The officer pressed a button. Every comm channel across Velrin 6 buzzed to life. A calm female voice echoed through the static. To all Galactic Union forces, you are facing soldiers of Earth. Your weapons are useless. Your tactics are known. Your retreat is your only hope. We do not seek conquest, but if you continue this war, we will show you what fear truly is. Back in the Union war chamber, panic spread like fire. Generals screamed, strategists shouted. Over each other, weapons advisors argued over what technology Earth could possibly be hiding. General Silvik stood quiet, thinking. He turned to a science officer. Is this armor even from Earth? The scientist looked pale. We don't think so anymore. Silvik blinked. What do you mean? The materials. They're unknown. Not found on Earth. Not even in nearby systems. And the construction parts of it are grown, not built. Grown, yes sir. The armor has living fibers, reactive materials. It learns during battle. Silvik stared. You're saying they've built intelligent armor? No, not just intelligent, the scientist whispered. Sentient. On the battlefield, a human soldier crouched behind a stone ledge. Suddenly, his HUD flashed incoming plasma round. Before he could move, his armor shifted plates, sliding on their own, realigning just in time. The plasma shot struck, and again, nothing. The soldier blinked. Did you just protect me? A soft pulse echoed in his ear like a heartbeat through metal. He smiled. Okay then, let's go. By nightfall, Earth's forces controlled 70% of Velron-6. Alien survivors huddled in tunnels and caves, hiding, afraid to even turn on comm.in, a broadcast sent galaxy-wide. Earth released a message. For years, you trained to destroy us. You sent spies, saboteurs, warships. You laughed at our defenses. You laughed until the shooting started. Now, we are coming. Not to rule you, but to remind you. Earth was forged in fire, and we are done staying silent. In a distant system, several alien factions gathered in emergency councils. A representative from the Tyreek Empire stood up. We warned you. Earth was never weak. They were quiet. Another from the Zalari Pact asked, what do we do now? The answer came from a deep, robotic voice. We pray their armor never walks on our soil. Back on Velrin 6, Major Cole stood at the edge of a burning battlefield. She removed her helmet, letting the ash touch her skin. Behind her, a soldier approached. Orders, ma'am. Cole stared into the dark horizon. We're not done. The galaxy thinks armor made us strong, but they don't. Understand? She turned slowly, eyes cold. It wasn't the armor that made Earth dangerous. It was the reason we built it. Velrin 6, once a thriving Galactic Union-based world, was now silent. Burned ships littered the skies. Communications were down. Drones lay shattered across the rocky plains. Human soldiers patrolled the ruins, calm, controlled machines of war. Wrapped in the Earth-forged armor the galaxy now feared. Atop a captured alien command tower, Major Alina Cole stood with her helmet under one arm, gazing at the stars. Behind her, Commander Malik approached. "We've secured the last alien fortress. No resistance remains." Cole didn't smile. Her voice remained level. "And the Council? They're sending peace envoys. 3 ships, all ready en route." Cole turned. "Now they want peace." Malik nodded. "After losing 42,000 soldiers in 4 days, yes ma'am, they want peace." In the Central Galactic Council, panic had shifted to desperate diplomacy. Alien leaders, Solar Tyreek, Venari, and over 50 other species sat in silence as screens played endless footage. Humans walking through fire, tanks melting, missiles failing. One man in dull black armor stopping an entire squad with a single shot. The Zalari ambassador stood. "We made a mistake." Others nodded. The Tyreek war speaker said, "We thought Earth was just another primitive world." They were another, added bitterly. "Until we forced them to evolve." Silence again. Then a new image appeared on the screens. Not a battlefield, a message. A woman stood in front of the Earth flag. Her face was serious. Her words were slow, clear, and terrifying. "You've sent armies to test us. You called our defenses weak. You fired the first shot. Earth does not forget. Earth does not forgive easily. And now our silence was never fear. It was mercy." On Velrin 6, the human army wasn't celebrating. They were rebuilding, burying the dead, both human and alien, marking the battlefield with signs of warning and memory. Major Cole oversaw it all. She walked through the ruins of the alien command center and paused at a scorched wall. Etched into the metal were the words left behind by a dying alien officer. "Your armor is not steel, it's vengeance." She stared at it for a long moment, in orbit above the planet. The Galactic Union's peace ships arrived. 3 golden cruisers. No weapons. Full white lights a signal of surrender. Commander Ala Trent, watching from Earth's orbiting ship Vigilant Dawn, gave permission to dock. The alien envoys, dressed in ceremonial robes, were brought to the surface under heavy guard. They walked slowly through the ruins of their own base, stepping past the remains of what once was their pride at the meeting site. Major Cole waited in her armor standing. UNMOVING. One alien envoy, a tall, thin being with silver skin, spoke first. "Come to talk." Cole didn't move. He tried again. "We misjudged your people." "We?" "You laughed," she interrupted. The envoy paused. "Yes," he admitted quietly. "We laughed." Cole stepped forward. "You came to our world with weapons. You mocked our defense. You thought our armor was useless." She leaned in slightly. "Do you still think that?" The envoy lowered his head. "No. Now we fear it." Cole straightened. "Good. Because fear is the beginning of respect." Far from the battlefield on Earth, people watched the broadcasts. In awe, what had started as panic had become pride. Humanity had not only survived, they had changed the rules of war. The Iron Ghost armor was no longer a secret. News outlets called it the skin of Earth. Documentaries were already being made. Children wore plastic versions of the armor. Schools taught about Major Cole, Commander Trent, and the Battle of Velrin 6, but one lesson was repeated again and again. We didn't win because we had better weapons. We won because we were forced to become something new. Inside the Galactic Union, cracks began to form. Smaller empires questioned their leaders. Some left the alliance altogether. A few even sent messages of peace to Earth directly, skipping the Council. A new phrase began to spread, whispered across star systems. "Do not test Earth." They wear silence, as Armorand wore as a final word. 1 week later, a final council was held aboard Earth's flagship. Alien leaders, invited by Earth, sat uneasily inside the human-built hall. No gold, no statues, no songs. Just steel walls and silence. Major Cole entered last, dressed not in armor but in a simple black uniform. She walked slowly, eyes locked on the council. Then she spoke. "You are not here to debate. You are here to listen." She pressed a button. Holograms filled the room. Every shot fired, every life lost, every laugh that came before Earth struck back. When it ended, she stepped forward. "You asked what made our armor strong." She held Up a small piece of dull scorched metal taken from a soldier's chest plate. It's not the material, not the tech. She tossed it on the table. It's the reason we wear it. She looked at them all. We build armor not to conquer but to protect everything we love. You mistook that for weakness. Now, you know better. When Alien stood slowly. What happens now? Major Cole answered simply. Now, you go home, and remember, because next time we won't send armor, we'll send the people who built it. Final. Broadcaster to the galaxy. This was your lesson. Earth will not kneel. Earth will not forget. And Earth will never fight for fun. But if you mock our strength again, you will face more than armor. You will face us. End of story.